I'm now joined live by News 11's Holly Harrow, who met with some of the families affected by this storm. How are they holding up, Holly?
Well, Brendan, they're actually doing a lot better than you'd expect. We stopped by several homes in the area that were affected most by some of the damages that this weekend storm caused. Fortunately, though, they are feeling at peace knowing that they have a community of support behind them.
We're praying for you.
A phrase many affected by this weekend storm are hearing today as many families work to rebound from extreme wind damages.
God was gracious and spared us some serious damage, and we're very grateful for that.
The AUKER family was out bright and early this morning continuing cleanup efforts. Kevin and his family took proper safety precaution but had one tree in their backyard come through their roof.
We feel very fortunate. There was very little damage other than poking through the roof with that tree. The main house, there was no damage whatsoever. As
we headed down Project Road, trees are broken in half, power lines are down, and sounds of chainsaws fill the air. A stone's throw away at the DENLINGERs, this was the site they walked out to when the storm had passed. The main loss comes from what used to be a chicken coop. CORRINE DENLINGER says she and her sons took shelter inside, while her husband found salvation in the packing room attached to the coop.
So he knew he had to get out of the building, and he saw the pickup truck, and he went outside and crawled under it.
A brave endeavor for Mike DENLINGER, but one that made his family nervous for his safety.
We didn't know how he was until everything was over and we came out and we saw him walking up, and we're like, yay!
The feeling of relief, a common thread among those affected.
When I got here, I gave Mom and Dad a big hug. I was so relieved to see that they were okay.
Perhaps the worst of the damage we've seen comes from this property along Route 897 in Reynolds. Emily Good's parents own this farmhouse, and although the barn is a loss, the roof that once sheltered her needs the most repair.
This morning when I drove past, I was crying because I saw everybody here and how they all came together to help out, and it means a lot to everybody.
With the help of several neighbors and family members, she's confident in their restoration efforts.
I think that it'll be back together pretty soon.
No injuries were reported from any of the homes we visited, but CORRINE says one thing is for sure.
We're just so thankful to be alive. Just like we don't take life for granted, and it's a great day. Even though we have all this loss behind us, we feel so full in our hearts, and we're not really losing anything. We've gained so much.
Many others across the region still working hard to clean up after this weekend's storm. There is a temporary burn permit in place in several affected areas. Reporting live in Denver, Holly Harrow, News 11.